Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lesson from BlockLeap Academy. Today, we are going to see the importance of communities, not only in the Bitcoin ecosystem, but we can extend this knowledge to all cryptocurrency projects, even blockchain projects. So, and most important thing is like, today, we know now that crypto projects depend on it. So the world of cryptocurrency is actually not really different from the rest of communication networks or even the real life. And meaning that within communities, you've got sub-communities and private communities. You've got like many different communities. And regarding Bitcoin and regarding cryptocurrencies, they are spread across a variety of social networks, platforms, such as Twitter and Telegram, Discord, Slack, Reddit, and the iconic Bitcoin Talk forum. So we're not going to go in details and talk about them, but we're going to see what are the most important characteristics on these communities on these social networks. So for instance, Twitter, it's a very, for those who know Twitter, it's a very fast-paced with short snippets of news and charts. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you something. All these platforms are very polarized, and you've got a lot of trolls, and people are really fighting because they believe in what they do. And you've got like Bitcoin maximalists. We will see the term, we will study the term later on. You've got so these maximalists say that if all the coins which are not Bitcoin are shit coins. So the term shit coins is going to appear all over the place when you're going to start reading stuff on this social network. So be ready. So for instance, Twitter, the community huge on Twitter, okay, and is very fast, okay. So and on Twitter and on Reddit and everywhere, you can find really famous influencers or financiers who are really giving away a lot of opinions, sometimes very good, sometimes very bad. You've got people who have no idea. You have a little bit of everything. So this is why taking a course like this one is good for you, because after the course, you will be able to, first of all, understand what they say, and second, be able to judge if what they say is like stupid, crazy, true. So you will be able to make up your own opinion. So as I said, Twitter is very fast-paced. Reddit, it's much slower, and you've got a different kind of person there talking, sharing personal opinion and ideas is not so hectic. And then you've got the Bitcoin Talk, for instance, which is absolutely iconic because it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009. And it still maintains its classic forum style. And many projects and many head of project, for them is the first port of call to release new ideas. So if you want to have a look, it's as easy as creating an account and start entering cryptocurrency or the name of the influencers I'm going to give you now a lot. So I'm going to show you a little bit what kind of a tweet you can find on Twitter. So for instance, Rhythm disappeared actually. is not around anymore, but sometimes an influencer comes or changes his name, disappears. It's very, very fluid. So it's very interesting because sometimes they really give good information. So I personally follow Twitter because everything is really breaking news all the time. And if you feel like this news is not, you are not very sure, you can double check on other networks, Medium or etc. But it's very good to have like the breaking news. So for instance, this was really, really very good. This guy Rhythm was really, really good. This is why I took two of his tweets. So look at it. It's BlackRock 6.44 trillion, Vanguard 5.30 million, etc., etc. And the Bitcoin network was only 200 billion. Okay, 200 billion. So this is like 2020. Okay, now the whole thing when Bitcoin went to $1 trillion asset in the first semester of second semester of 2021. Okay, so this is, for instance, thinking you are too late, maybe the biggest mistake of your life. So things like that, you can say, okay, so I'm not too late. And if after this course, you will see that we are at the early beginning, but it's good sometimes to see people reaffirm that we are at the very beginning. Again, I remember is 1993 for the internet was very early. We are at the same point. In 2021, 22 is the 1993 for the internet. Okay. Then you've got more. For instance, I follow this guy, Dan Held, who is quite really, really, it's not really like fiery and talking all the time about price. It's really, really calm, and his analyses are really, really good. He's, for instance, the guy who said in 2020, 2021 that the 4-year cycle, we'll see later that Bitcoin follows a 4-year cycle. And in this cycle, you've got bear market and bull market, and you can have very high prices, very low, a lot of crashes, 60, 70, 80%. And this Dan Held did a very good job. He said, predicted that this cycle of 4 years was over. Maybe it was the first one. He said, now we are going to go towards a longer cycle, or even a super cycle. So again, I'm not going to spend time on this man. You've got his name, you can follow him, read this stuff. He works for Kraken Intelligence. Is really, really clever. He knows the subject. So for instance, is one of the guy I recommend if you're just starting. You're starting, follow him. He's really, really is trustful. I mean, you can trust what he says. It's not a crazy guy talking about nonsense. And then this Ben gives you here quite a lot of good books and other influencers to follow. I really recommend the Bitcoin Standard. It's very good. All of them. Okay. All right. So these are the influencers which are around, but obviously, once you are going to follow them on Twitter, these people follow other people. So you know how it works. All right. I really recommend, because it's absolutely, I think is one of the most important expert. I mean, the expert about Bitcoin, on Bitcoin is Andreas Antonopoulos, the second one here on the list. You follow him on YouTube. It's absolutely amazing. He's got hundreds of videos about every single aspect of Bitcoin technology. And I will refer to him a lot in this course. He was my teacher at one point when I studied my master in University of Nicosia. Nick Szabo, you will see, is a guy who really invented smart contract. We will see what the smart contract is later on. Tim Draper, with a massive crypto investor. Vitalik Buterin, who is the creator, one of them, of Ethereum. Max Kaiser, I recommend him, but is more like a clown, a comedian, but very clever. And he knows, he understands very well what Bitcoin is about. I think he's one of the first anchormen talking about Bitcoin in 2012, 11, even less, maybe. Really interesting, etc., etc. You've got like many. Now, maybe the COVID is over, maybe another 6 months or so. People are going to start meeting again. And before COVID, I was really in London, meeting a lot. I organized myself some meetup groups. Really great, because you meet people who are passionate about it, working on it, and I recommend it really. So even if you live in a small town, I don't know, a small, like a 500,000, 200,000 inhabitants, you can enter in the Meetup website your town plus Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You might be very surprised and get the possibility to talk to people like you in your area. So I really recommend that, really. All right, so the conclusion of this is really simple. Imagine you are now a conceptor, you are creating a project, and you have to understand that if you create a project online, cryptocurrency or blockchain, you can't possibly survive if you don't spend time and money creating a community, because this community is going to give you like a network effect. And this network effect are huge sometimes, and they help you a lot, because people who love your project or believe in what you do are going to defend the project. They are going to help. They are going to spread the word, and they are going to buy your stuff. And you need them. Without them, your project is going to die. Behind what I'm saying, if I'm zooming in on Bitcoin, you've got the Metcalfe's law, which states that the value of any network, telecommunications, social network, is proportional to the square of the number of connected users of the system. Meaning that, a long story short, it's just an exponential growth. So when you get this traction, you can really quickly have an exponential growth. Is what's happening now with Bitcoin and with other projects such as Solana, Ethereum, many of them, okay? Cardano, they passed this exponential growth. They are on it, okay? And why? Because they've got massive communities all over the world. So these communities are the cornerstone of any crypto or blockchain project. And I repeat, if you build your business model must include this community and all the effort you're going to do in order to develop it. If you don't do it, you're not going to succeed. I really believe that. All right, we are done for today. Have fun. See you soon.